Welcome back to Breakfast Television. From the pool to the playground, there are so many ways children can get hurt during the summer. Here with some ways to prevent common summer injuries is pediatrician Dr. Sarah Hall. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So we want to really strike a balance here, don't we, in terms of getting the kids out there and getting some exercise, but doing so safely.
I think so, and I think it's a matter of just parents being aware of what the risks are out there.
Right. Okay. So there's lots of things going on in the summertime. Why don't we start with, well, the ever-present trampoline, right?
The trampoline issue just keeps going on and on. So there's lots of questions about this, and lately some of this discussions have been, could obesity-related risks actually outweigh the risks associated with the trampoline?
Oh, okay.
And what currently, with the current data and the current modifications to the design, is no.
Is no, really?
Currently, no.
Okay.
So all the little modifications to the engineering of trampolines and to the design of them, having safety nets, extra padding, all of these extra things have not actually reduced injuries whatsoever. In fact, if anything, from 2013 to 15, the rate of trampoline-related injuries has actually gone up 30%.
30%?
Yes.
That's a huge number.
So the injuries that we're seeing are things like broken bones, dislocations, of course, like cuts, bruises, scrapes, but also the head, neck, and spine injuries are really severe.
Wow.
So in just 2015 alone, 1,900 kids presented to Alberta emergency departments with injuries.
From trampolines?
Yes. 100 of those were so severe that they were admitted.
Admitted to hospital?
And nobody's really admitted if it's not really severe. So these are severe injuries. In fact, it's even another stat I saw was pretty much every day, on average, 4 kids will present to the emergency department with trampoline-related injuries.
Wow. That is serious.
Yeah, and it's funny because people think, oh, the safety nets or those extra paddings might reduce it. But it's because actually most of the injuries occur on the trampoline pad itself. As opposed to falling off.
So what are they doing? Just crashing into each other, or is it the jumping?
Right, like the types of falls, how you land.
Okay. Wow, so they're really dangerous. So what are pediatricians recommending then when it comes to trampolines?
So even still, like as it's always been, even with all the modifications, at this point, the Canadian Pediatric Society, Alberta Health Services, American Academy of Pediatrics, everyone's saying, don't have a private trampoline in your private residence.
Wow.
Even still.
Even still. Okay. All right. So no trampolines. Okay, moving on. How about a playground?
So playgrounds are great places to go, great places to get some exercise during the summer. But I think it's important just for parents to know the risks. Don't live in fear, but just know the risks of them. Take off a bike helmet when you go on the trampoline.
Right.
Or on the playground.
On the playground.
Yes.
Why is that?
And the reason is because kids can get their head stuck between the rungs of things or in between bars on the playground, and it can hurt their head and neck.
Okay.
So just taking off
the bike helmet,
putting them back on when you get back on the bike to go, making sure there's nothing that can cause strangulation, and then active supervision. That seems to be like the main theme in safety of kids during the summer, is just being aware, watching them, and supervising.
Okay, so what are we looking for then as parents when the kids are on the playground?
So the big risks for injury on a playground would be falls and strangulation, which is sort of why I was talking about the
bike helmet.
The bike helmet and making sure there's nothing around their neck, but then just making sure they're playing safely and they're not going to fall off of a
high
structure.
level. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So playgrounds are good, but just be mindful of the risks.
Just being aware.
Just being aware. Okay, terrific. How about swimming?
So swimming is such a great thing to do, especially in all this hot weather. But again, it's that active supervision and making sure kids are supervised. So in the last 10 years, of all the drowning deaths, 42% of the kids that passed away from drowning had no adult supervision. And that can even be where they look away for like a couple seconds.
Oh, wow.
It happens so fast.
Wow.
So
and
just
why
watch.
is that? What's happening in water with kids? Why is it so fast?
Well, it can even just be a small amount of water. It doesn't even necessarily have to be submersion, but if any of that water gets into their lungs, it can cause an inflammatory reaction, and that essentially is drowning.
Wow. Okay, so parents really need to be watching. So put the phones away when the kids are in the pool.
Exactly.
And watch them.
It's interesting. There's all sorts of talk as well about swimming lessons. So swimming lessons are a great way to get kids to be aware of water safety and pool safety and deck safety. It's interesting, though, because for kids older than 5, it's been shown that, yes, kids can learn some water safety tips and how to learn some skills to make sure that they stay afloat in water. But adult supervision goes down because their perception is that kids are more competent.
Right.
So we have to be watching.
Okay, all the time. Okay, terrific. And then finally, ATVs.
So ATVs, we see the same sort of injuries from ATVs every year at the Children's Hospital, even here.
Okay.
Just between April and June of this year, 20 kids presented to either Stollery Children's Hospital or Alberta Children's Hospital emergency departments with ATV-related injuries, and 8 of which were so severe they had to stay in hospital.
Wow.
So we see it every year. The kids less than 16 years of age just don't have the skills, the strength, or the judgment to navigate these things.
Okay.
So the bottom line is we don't suggest kids ride or drive an ATV at all if
At
they're
all?
less than 16.
If you're
Not
under 16?
at all. It's that severe.
Okay, wow. So bottom line though is for parents.
I think it's important to keep in mind what some of these risks are. Enjoy life, enjoy the summer, get out and play, be active and enjoy your family, but just be aware of things so that I think it's important just to talk about it, just so that parents don't come away and say, I just didn't know that.
Right, yeah.
But just be knowledgeable.
Be aware and be knowledgeable. Perfect. Dr. Hall, thank you so much for being here today. We're going to go